Howdy folks, it's your friend Fishing with Dom, and today I'm going to do another ice fishing topic related video, and I'm going to show you how to set up a tip-up. Now, if you've never used a tip-up before, these things are really unique when it comes to fishing in general. Think of this entire contraption as a fishing reel that you leave on top of the ice, and it tells you when you've got a bite. I use these Polar Thermo style tip-ups where they're these round pancake style discs that totally cover the hole, and that way when you got a fish and you take your tip up off the top of the hole is open. The hole doesn't freeze when it's totally covered like this. It still might freeze a little bit, but not as bad as a cross arm tip up or other styles. But when you get your tip up, you're gonna have something just like this. Now, this isn't gonna be the same for all tip ups, but generally speaking, for the most part, it is. Get your tip up out of the package. What I like about this HT Polar Therm, you got the retractable flag. Oh, got that up in the lights there. Now all you're gonna do, you're just gonna undo these screws just to where they're loose, to where you can pull out the arm going down to the spool and just tighten everything back up. You got to make sure you have everything tightened. So right now, tip up's gonna look just like this. Gonna look just like this. Hope I can get all of that on the camera. Now, let me grab my line down here, and I'm gonna make sure my line is going through this metal loop coming off of the arm going down to the spool, just like that. That braid is coming off of the spool and going through that metal loop. And whenever I pull it, the top arm starts to spin. Now, if you look at this top arm, when it comes to tip-up fishing, there is a really, really big indent right here you can put your flag, or there is barely a small indent right here. Depending on what fish you're targeting and how light they're biting, that dictates what side of this trigger release that you use. And you're gonna always want to, or at least in this situation with this tip up, I'm going to make sure that my flag is secure to this release on the side of the release that the flag is on. So if the flag is over here, that would be on the right side of the tip up. I'm going to want to make sure that that flag is on the right side of the tip up also, and not over like this. That is because when this spool puts out line and that fish is pulling it, that release has to spin counterclockwise. So when it's down here like this and it's on the heavier setting and that fish pulls it, because this wire is angled, it releases it fairly easy. But if it's down here across the tip up on the left side, it's got to pull pretty hard because this wire is on an angle still, and that fish has to pull it hard enough to pull the flag spring down a little bit and then release it. It's a lot more force, but when it comes to finicky biting fish, especially walleyes, it can be the world of a difference. So just like that, if I was walleye fishing, I would use the really, really small indent for finicky, subtle bites, and then make sure the flag is paired to the right side of the tip up, and just like that, that thing barely has to move for me to know a fish bumped into my bait. And that's essentially the gist of tip up fishing. Now, this is just a video of me telling you exactly how to set up a tip up and how to get her working properly. I am going to also film a video about rigging for different fish when it comes to tip-up fishing. I know there's a lot of pike anglers, and then there's a growing number of walleye anglers that are actually using tip-ups more and more nowadays, but the rigging is very, very different. So I'm going to do a video on that sometime in the future. But if you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the section below. I'd love to hear from y'all. Just like that, that's how you set up a tip up, you know, and then that's also how you tidy it up, throw it in the bucket, take it back to the crib. So everything will be just fine. If you haven't used a tip up before, it's a great way to catch fish, especially predator fish. I've even used them for perch and other panfish before. But tip ups, they're awesome. Get with them or don't go fishing. Why not have more lines in the water? See if you can catch something. But until next time, I'm Fishing with Dom. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.